Being part of a community helps us and provides us with a support system when life be lifing, because life does life for everybody. Everybody goes through tough times, but the differences between the ones that give up in tough times and the ones that keep on walking, keep on showing up, is based on what is their support system. My name is Miriam Nabunya. I am the founder of Edges and Rings. I'm a cultural entrepreneur and a service expert. Edges and Rings is a platform that I started to connect, equip, and celebrate Black and Brown women in the Nordics. And today we are talking about community. We are talking about why community is important. We are talking about why community is one of the most important assets of life. We have 4 points that I'm going to go through. Throughout the month of February, we've been focusing on relationships and healing while Black in the Nordics. So we've been sharing tools and strategies on how you can lean more into your relationships, how you can nurture your relationships, and how that can add to personal healing. We've had Lady Agatha Joyce that spoke about relationship to oneself and relationship to how you can position yourself to receive love for yourself, self-esteem, but also love to others and receiving their love as well. We've also had a powerful session with Janken Jai where we support about family dynamics. We spoke about family dynamics. We spoke about how important it is to be goal-oriented, but also to use the right strategies in that you can reach your goals. And we also had our first community gathering, because community is key. If you've been here before, in Edges and Rings, we value community. We talk about community all the time. So we had our first community gathering where we had a special guest that was Francesca Mackenzie, that is also the owner and founder of Fit FX Training. She spoke about how she uprooted her whole life from Toronto to Kongsberg here in Norway, and also her relationship to her husband that she chose to move to, but also how she found her way in the Norwegian society and keeping her well-being and her mental health. So relationships and healing while Black in the Nordics, that has been the theme for February. And we're finishing off with something that is so important, that we call one of the most important assets of life, and that is the relationships of community. Because there is so much power in community and it can't be overstated. So these 5 points I'm going to go through, they are foundations that support our personal and professional growth. Community provides us with a sense of belonging, but it also offers us support, or a support system when life gets lifing. So let's get into these 4 points. Point 1, in why community is one of the most important assets of life: a sense of belonging. Community provides a sense of belonging, and with that is that when you are part of a community, you get a sense of being part of something greater and bigger than yourself. You feel that you're part of something, and this is why I always call, if you follow me on Instagram, Miriam Nabunya, I always talk about, or I always present my greetings to you or to my followers as my tribe and sis, like my fellow sisters, because we are tribal people. We are not, mankind is not made, born, exists supposed to exist alone. We're supposed to belong to a community, a gathering, a tribe that understands us, that gives us a sense of belonging, that gives us a sense of value. And studies even show that people with a sense of belonging are more likely to live a happier, a healthier, and a longer life. Do you understand when I go back to when I say it's one of the biggest assets of life? If you belong to a community, you feel like you're not alone. You feel like you're not lonely. Being alone is not necessarily a bad thing, but being lonely can really be detrimental to your well-being. It can be detrimental to how you see yourself. It can be detrimental to how you show up in your life and in society. So belonging to a community will give you a sense of a happier, a healthier, and down the road, give you a longer life. Point 2 is a community provides support when life be lifing. I don't mean that because you have a community, because you have people that care for you, that you're not going to experience tough times, because life is full of tragedies. But the thing is how you are during those tough times, how you carry yourself, what you focus on. That is what I'm pointing to now. Because when you are part of a community and things get tough, you have a support system. You have somebody that might understand what you're going through, somebody that can give you advice, somebody that can help you walk through that stormy period, that stormy season in life with a different matter, with a different posture. Because everybody that's happy, everybody that shows up every day, it doesn't mean they don't have worries, but it just means that they have another foundation that helps them to keep on showing up, to keep on carrying themselves with pride, to keep on holding on to their values and to their sense of a positive mindset. So being part of a community, point 2, helps us and provides us with a support system when life be lifing, because life does life for everybody. Everybody goes through tough times, but the differences between the ones that give up in tough times and the ones that keep on walking, keep on showing up, is based on what is their support system. So community will help you show up with a strong posture, although you are going through tough times. That's point 2. Point 3, a community, being part of a community creates opportunities for your personal life and also for your professional life. And what do I mean with that? That is when we think about people who belong to a strong academic network or community, they are much more exposed to opportunities, because within that network, within that community, they share advice, they share past experiences, and that's mostly from an older generation to a younger generation. And even there's a study in Harvard Business Review where they say that people who are part of a community are more likely to succeed in life. And this is what I was talking about with belonging to a strong or academic network or academic community. They open up doors that maybe you haven't worked yourself up to being able to open by yourself. People who belong to a community are more likely to succeed in their career lives. Point number 4, being part of a community provides a platform for social change. Think about all of the big social changes that we've seen in life, that we've seen in history. They have been part of a community. The civil rights movement, even the negative ones that have broken down nations, it's been a community. I don't know about you, but when I grew up, our parents used to really be active in who myself and my siblings hanged around with. And we didn't say that. I know personally that I didn't say that, because it could be like when my parents were butting in too much in who I hanged with, I could say like, I couldn't say that. I didn't say that, but I could think, why is this their business? Because they know the power of community. They know how we can influence each other. So being part of a community provides a platform for social change. And this also, there is a supporting study on this that shows, I wrote this down that I wouldn't mess it up. Whether you are advocating for social justice or you are advocating for environmental change, you've seen that a lot, like the sustainability movement. A movement can't be by a single person. It can start with a single person, but it creates impact when it gains followers, when it creates a bigger mass to understand or carry the same message. That is yet again community. And I started out this live with talking about our theme for February, which is relationships and healing while Black in the Nordics. So community is a sense of relationship. Relationships are one of the most important assets in life. And we should all practice building communities, nurturing our community, valuing our community, and also walk in the company that we surround ourselves with. I've said this before in past lives, where I've said that we are the accumulation of the 5 people that we hang the most with. So if your community carries values that you don't support, if your community does things that you don't support, then you should change community, because soon enough you will have the same mindset. Soon enough you find yourself in a ditch without understanding how you got there, because it sows seeds. The people you hang around with, the energy you surround yourself with, it sows seeds and it shapes you. It creates a life, sometimes a life that you don't want to be in. Have you ever experienced being in such a, pardon my French, but a shitty situation, and you don't even understand how you got there? Most of the times it is the decision you made with who you chose to have around you. Sis, listen to me, and listen to me clearly. Community, your relationships, it's so important. If you're questioning the life that you have, if it's not feeding into the life that you predicted for yourself, then start with thinking about who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you allowing to feed into you? Last year on my birthday, I had a live and I was sharing my lessons throughout my 37 years. I was turning 38, but I couldn't speak on being 38, but I could speak on being 37. And I spoke about that I didn't care what people thought about me. And some people were bothered by that. But what I meant with that was that I didn't care about what people who don't have authority in my life said about me. And that's what I meant, because I care about relationships. But the thing is, people who don't have authority in my life, I really don't care much about that anymore. But like in our teens, we care about what our friendship, our classmate thinks about us. We even care about what the bus driver thinks about us. But does that bus driver, does that random person on the bus have authority in your life? Do they really? Let it marinate. So going back to what we're talking about community, and we're talking about that it's the most important aspect in life. So let me summarize the 4 points that we went through. So these 4 points are, the first one was a sense of belonging. When you feel that you belong to something, this can be a church, this can be even a criminal gang, This can be your workplace when you feel like you're part of the tribe within that context, a part of the tribe within that environment. You're a team player. And they're not just saying it because we are team players in this company, but you really feel that you're part of it, a sense of belonging. You add something to the equation. It will give you a happier life, a healthier life, and later on, it will give you a longer life. Point 2 is that when life be lifing, it gives you a support system. Think about last time you went through something tough, something that you thought was going to break you. There was somebody around you, either a health professional or somebody within your friend group that said, girl, seek help. Girl, talk to somebody. Girl, I hear you. Girl, I'm seeing you and I'm here for it. A support system. Going through tough times is not going to disappear. But going through some tough times with good company that you can trust, people that you can trust, that you know care about you, that hits different. So that's point 2. And point 3 was community creates opportunities for personal and professional growth. And I share the analogy of being part of an academic platform or network or community. It can open up doors that you might not be able to open up for yourself. But because they know you, they speak well about you. They bring your name into rooms that you haven't even been in. A good example, I took a freelance job when I was working in TV, and it was a 4-day job. I worked in this commercial bureau where they needed some help with a commercial project, and I worked there for 4 days. And the manager there really took a liking of my energy and the way I solved problems. Little did I know, 3 months later, she called me up and said that her mother that works in a school that's outside of Oslo needed an assistant teacher. I had never worked as a teacher by that time. I had lectures and I've held some workshops, but I wasn't a teacher. I'm not an educated teacher. But she said, like, just the way you are, the way you solve problems, and also the way you see people, how you communicate with people, I think that can suit you. And so I recommended you. She recommended me. I ended up working in that school for 2 years. Community can open up doors that can help your personal and professional life growth. That is point 3. And the 4th point is having or being part of a community can create a platform for social change. Most impactful changes that we've seen in our lifetime, but also in history, have been part of a community. You've probably heard about this, that if you want to go if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Move as a community. So point 4 is being part of a community creates a platform for social change. We've spoken about community and it being one of the most important aspects of life, or assets of life. Let's say aspects, because we're talking about relationships, and relationships are important. And with this, I hope it has equipped you or just brushed up on your knowledge that you already know about relationships, and that is, they're important. They're supposed to be worked on, they're supposed to be nurtured, and they're supposed to be seen upon with a critical eye. How is your relationships, how is the company that you keep affecting your life? I also work as a coach, and with my coaches, I always talk about, you have goals that you want to reach. You are driven, but your drive, your inner drive can just take you such far. So with that, to push to the next level, you need a support system. And that's part of a community. So I hope this has helped you. And if you feel like, you know what, oh, my friend or this colleague will benefit from it, share it. So, and we release new videos on our YouTube channel, Edges and Drinks TV, every Wednesday and every Sunday. Comment, give us your feedback, give me your feedback on if these videos, the content that we share, has helped you in some way. And if you have some topics that you want me to bring up, don't shy away from sharing them, because we are walking this life together. This year, 2024, fam, we are going to experience overflow. We're going to experience financial overflow. We're going to experience physical overflow. We're going to experience mental overflow together. And if you're sitting at home right now and you feel like, hey, I have a long way to go, you're not alone, sis. That's the most beautiful thing about this community, is that you're not alone. Edges and Drinks is to connect, equip, and this year we're leaning into equipping, sharing tools, sharing strategies, amplifying role models that have cracked the code in one of those areas, so that we can celebrate together. So take care. Remember to drink your water, mind your business, and guard your peace. My name is Miriam Nabunya, the founder of Edges and Drinks, a culture entrepreneur and a service expert. It is one of my life's greatest joys to serve you. Bye.